All right, let's get right into it. What if I told you there's a powerful secret for your long-term health and it's probably hiding in your pantry right now? Yep, today we're talking about the surprising science behind the humble tomato. But first, to really get why this is so important, we have to talk about the problem it helps to solve. We're talking about a silent threat, something that can quietly build up inside the body for years, even decades. I mean, really think about that. We tend to worry about the things that hit us fast and hard, right? But some of the biggest health challenges out there, they don't work like that. They're slow, they're quiet, and they often don't show any symptoms until things are pretty far along. And this is not some rare thing we're talking about. For men here in the US, about 1 in 8 will eventually face prostate cancer. And a key feature of this disease is that it often has no early warning signs. So what's going on behind the scenes? Well, a huge piece of the puzzle is something called oxidative stress. The best way to picture it is like tiny, invisible sparks constantly going off inside your cells. Over a long time, these little sparks, scientists call them free radicals, cause damage. It's like a slow, steady rust that wears things down from the inside out. So you see, it's not just one thing. It's this combination of forces. You've got oxidative stress, which is often made worse by our modern diets, and then you have this low-grade chronic inflammation that can go with it. Together, they're like a 1-2 punch that can chip away at prostate health over many years. But what if you could put out those tiny sparks? What if you had a shield? Well, it turns out the defense might be a whole lot simpler than you think. That's right, it brings us back to the tomato. But, and this is the really important part, not just any tomato. The way you prepare it changes everything. This is the secret that most people miss. And this slide right here, this is the whole secret in a nutshell. When a tomato is raw, its most powerful nutrient is basically locked inside its tough cell walls. Your body really struggles to get to it. But when you cook that tomato, the heat breaks down those walls and sets the nutrient free, making it bioavailable. That just means your body can finally absorb it and actually put it to good use. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's not enough to just eat healthy foods. You have to know how to prepare them to unlock their true power. How you cook matters. So what is this mystery nutrient that heat unleashes? Let's dive into the science of what makes a cooked tomato so special. It's an incredible antioxidant called lycopene, and you can think of it as your body's personal firefighter. Its job is to hunt down those tiny sparks, those free radicals we talked about, and neutralize them before they can cause damage. It also helps calm down that chronic inflammation. And the research on this is really interesting. Large observational studies have found a pretty consistent trend. Men who have diets rich in lycopene, specifically from cooked tomato sources, tend to have a lower risk for prostate issues compared to men who get very little. Now, we have to be super clear about this. Lycopene is not a cure. It's not a magic pill that can reverse damage. Its power is in prevention. It's about giving your cells consistent, long-term support to help protect them day in and day out. Okay, so knowing all of that, how do we actually do it? Let's get practical and break down the simple, science-backed way to get the most bang for your buck from your tomatoes. It really boils down to 3 simple rules. First, you need moderate heat. That's what breaks open the cell walls to release the lycopene. Second, you gotta add a healthy fat, like olive oil. Why? Because lycopene is fat-soluble, which means it needs fat to get absorbed. The fat is like a taxi that carries the lycopene into your system. And third, consistency is way more important than quantity. A few servings every week is so much better than eating a giant bowl once a month. So the perfect example is a classic tomato sauce, slow simmered with a good drizzle of olive oil. That combo of heat and fat is the perfect delivery system. It's a totally different ballgame, nutritionally speaking, than just chugging a glass of raw tomato juice. Now that we know how to do it right, we also need to talk about what not to do. Because there are a few really common mistakes that can completely cancel out all your good intentions. Let's run through the big 3. First, thinking that more is always better. Your body can only absorb so much lycopene at one time. So again, consistency is key. Second, getting tunnel vision and focusing only on tomatoes while ignoring the rest of your diet. And the third one is a biggie. Buying those processed, pre-made tomato sauces. So many of them are absolutely loaded with sugar and salt, which can actually fuel the very inflammation you're trying to fight. The best way to think about it is that your health is an ecosystem. Everything is connected. Lycopene is an all-star player, for sure, but it's not the whole team. It works best when it's part of an overall healthy diet and lifestyle. And really, this is the main takeaway. Proactive health isn't about finding that one miracle food or quick fix. It's a journey. It's about the small, smart choices that you make every day, consistently, over time. And learning how to properly cook a tomato is a perfect example of that. So it kind of leaves you with a really powerful question, right? If just changing how you cook a tomato can unlock so much potential, what other simple, everyday choices might be holding some unexpected power for our health? Definitely something worth thinking about.